This week's weekly ritual is dedicated to the memories of Markie and Robby Steinholt, who passed away this week. Rock in peace. What's up, everybody? It's Keith, and you're watching the Weekly Ritual, Ghost Cult's news show, right here on YouTube. If you're new to the channel, please like and subscribe. GhostCultMag.com is a small business. With that out of the way, let's get into it.
In case you missed it, features at Ghost Cult Magazine.
We kick this week's features off with our interview with mysterious Danish black metalers Angstkrieg. It's an exclusive, so check it out. We also talked to the rock icon Lee Aaron. Her brand new album, Radio On, is out this week from Metalville Records. We also talked to rock and roll legend Mike Skill of the Romantics. He's got several new singles out and a brand new album coming soon.
And now the news rundown.
We start this week's news off with a heavy heart as we have to report the passing of hip-hop and entertainment icon Markie. Biz died at 58 years old from complications of diabetes, surrounded by his loved ones. Biz is well known for his song Just a Friend, the pop culture hit, but of course, it was truly his work in the 80s and 90s as a legend of hip-hop with many groundbreaking albums. He broke through to the mainstream with Just a Friend, but he was an icon everywhere he went. He was on Yo Gabba Gabba, entertaining children. He was a music historian, a legendary DJ, and so much more. Rest in peace, Biz. We also have to report the passing of progressive rock icon Robby Steinholt, who died at age 71. Robby, of course, was the co-founder and violinist and backup vocalist of Kansas, penning and co-writing many of their iconic hits such as Dust in the Wind and Carry On Wayward Son. His iconic playing carried over to the 80s and 90s to other bands like Stormbringer that he had, as well as his brand new project he was about to announce and release. We're deeply saddened by the loss of Robby. Rest in peace. Festivals and shows are back, my friends. We start nearly every episode of this show with a recap and a rundown of all the new festival announcements, tours booked, and so much more. Buckle up, it's a long list. Bloodstock Open Air has completely sold out of weekend passes, and single day tickets are flying off the racks, my friends. There's no racks, it's virtual. I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. This is huge news for the return of the great and legendary UK festival for extreme metal and rock bands. They are almost done selling out of their day tickets, especially late in the weekend Sunday, so if you want to catch Judas Priest as a headliner on Sunday, you better get your tickets now. The festival is stacked, and we can't wait. We're actually going to cover this as one of our first festivals back for Ghost Cult. We are so honored and psyched to bring you that coverage. One of our favorite festivals in North America is Muddy Roots Festival in East Tennessee, outside of Nashville. It's got hardcore, it's got doom, it's got country, it's got outlaw country, it's got rockabilly, it's got folk, it's got punk, it's got crazy bands, it's got crazy fans. It's an amazing good time. We've had people cover it before, and we will be back again. Booze, Volbeat, who sounds an awful lot like Kilgore Smudge, have booked a U.S. tour, a U.S. headline tour, finally getting to support their excellent album from last year, out now on Republic Records. Speaking of Volbeat is one of the headliners of the Rebel Rock Fest. We haven't talked about it in a few months, but it's still happening in Florida this fall, and it's going to be a killer time. Volbeat is co-headlining one day with POD, but they've also got Five Finger Death Punch and Seven Dust and a bunch of other killer bands. It's going to be insane. Pearl Jam has been announced as the two-night headliner of the return of the Ohana Fest in Doheny Park, California. Also featuring Beck and Sleater-Kinney and a bunch of other cool alternative rock bands. Avant-garde post-metal band Amun-Ra has announced an unprecedented Unplugged tour. They have played Unplugged before in special circumstances, but never for a whole tour, and they're going to do that this fall. They also have announced a headline full tour for next spring 2022, covering all of Europe and probably many more dates to go. Their new album, Didorn, is out now on Relapse Records. Black Label Society has announced a late 2021 headline tour of the West Coast, just a few dates, but of course, it's right after Christmas, and it's going to feature Armored Saint and Prom. We're there, dudes. Stabbing Westward has announced a series of shows celebrating the 25th anniversary of their album Wither, Blister, Burn, and Peel, in which they're going to play that album and a bunch more jams. Iron Maiden has made all our dreams come true with the announcement of their 17th album, Senjutsu, coming out September 3rd from BMG Records. Senjutsu technically means tactics and strategy, and is a Far East inspired Shogun Eddie or Samurai Eddie. We're so excited for this new Iron Maiden record. We got the first taste of new music with a very cool heavy metal rock song, Writings on the Wall. It's almost like an old Judas Priest song. And it's got a killer solo, and it's a little expressive and interesting, and it's a great narrative story, and the music video is killer. We got the full track listing, the artwork and everything, and you can pre-order it at the link at Ghost Cult. Post-hardcore band Thrice has announced their brand new album, Horizons East, coming out September 17th on Epitaph Records. They dropped a brand new single that's killer, called Scavengers, and you can pre-order the album right now. Controversial country and rock artist Aaron Lewis has dropped a brand new solo single recently, Am I the Only One?, celebrating or decrying the removal of Confederate statues, which everyone agrees in America sucks and need to be torn down and replaced with statues of Oderus Urungus. Not afraid of his political leanings, not afraid of what you think of him. So he came out with that song, he came out with the music video, and that song is topping the country charts. He has a #1 country single. He's had multiple rock and metal singles, so I guess good on him for that. Well, that's all I have for this story. You can catch Aaron on his solo headline tour for his country stuff, as well as on tour with Stained, opening for Korn the rest of this summer. It's a day that ends in Y, so we're talking about Metallica. Metallica has announced 9 more schools will be the recipient of a grant from their All Within My Hands Foundation for the Metallica Scholars Program. This enables people to go to vocational schools and community college and get an education where they otherwise wouldn't. This is all money collected through donations and benefits and all kinds of things they do for their charity foundation, and this is an amazing job by Metallica. Of course, 2021 is the year of Metallica in a lot of ways. 30 years of the Black Album, Black Album Deluxe Remaster coming soon, Black Album Blacklist Covers album. There's a Metallica book coming out with Ross Halford. There's another book about Metallica coming out we'll talk about. All kinds of crazy Metallica stuff this year. Metallica everything. Trivium has revealed the first photos of their airplane hangar / compound. They famously bought an airplane hangar that was abandoned in Florida. Last year, after their humongous successful live stream, they took all their revenue and they bought an airplane hangar. They're trying to build a Metallica-style HQ for themselves to do their recording, to shoot live streams, to do events, to do all kinds of cool shit, and have as their general base of operations. It's actually really brilliant. No one mocked them. It's one of the best ideas I've ever heard of in my life. If you're mad at them for having money and being successful at this streaming game, you're a fool. Go Trivium. They just dropped their recent killer new single and video in the Court of the Dragon, and hopefully we're going to hear some news about a new Trivium album before too long. Are you ready for Overkill bassist Didi Verdi to rock your world? He's about to with his new band, Didi Verdi and the Cadillac Band. He's got a new single and a video, Cadillac Man, and it's awesome. It's big band jazz and swing, and it's awesome. Didi's the frontman, and he hams it up as the singer and bassist and guitarist, and it's an awesome project. Of course, Overkill's working on a new record. Didi also has Bronx Casket Company that had a release not too long ago. So big things from our guy Didi. Major news from Into Eternity. Our favorite British Columbian power metalers have announced that Stu Block is rejoining the band to join with current singer Amanda Kiernan to both sing lead in the band at their upcoming Loud as Hellfest appearance. This Western Canada's huge heavy metal festival happening in a few weeks, and it's going to be rad. The band started sharing pictures of them rehearsing with Stu on social media and hanging out, and it was a couple of teasers. It was really a lot of fun. Amanda's not going anywhere. Stu is going to come back and perform with the band. They're probably going to do a career-spanning set since they have Stu and Amanda together. I cannot wait to hear them sing together. This is going to be a blast. Zealot R.I.P. is the killer quasi-supergroup with members of Darkest Hour and Pig Destroyer, and they got a brand new song, Red Queen Phenomenon, coming out on 31G label, which is also going to release their debut album. Pretty killer. And finally in the news this week, Old Man Wizard is back. They have finally announced their long-awaited third and unfortunately final album, Kill Your Servants Quietly, which is coming out this November. I got to hear it. It is amazing. Amazing. Psychedelic, spacey, stoner rock. Incredible musicianship, great singing. We're going to talk to their frontman,
Francis Roberts once again. We talked to him recently for his album King Gorm. He's also got a synthwave project. The guy is a musical juggernaut. And the Old Man Wizard is going to be one of the highlight albums of 2021, I predict.
I shit you not. Unbelievable stories you can't make up.
What's cooler than a billionaire flying to space in his douche spacecraft? Ramones in space! Ramones' debut album is getting shot into space as part of a promotion from an Italian rock festival. CJ Ramone broke this news on his Instagram with a post, and I didn't know whether to believe it or not, but apparently this was corroborated. They are shooting the Ramones' debut album into space. Maybe aliens will find it and try not to fucking kill us and fuck us in the asses when they finally get down here. They are not coming to make friends and give us medicine and ET phone home. They're gonna fucking wipe us out.
And now for a look at who rules its streaming.
We gotta give it up to Mathcore Index. Mathcore Index is one of the best websites for heavy music. You should go check them out right now, mathcoreindex.com. But they put on an awesome festival every year, and this year they had to go virtual because they just couldn't have it in person again. So the virtual Mathcore Index took 4 days, and they streamed a bunch of sick bands. Here's just a bunch of them. Limbs, Dead Hour Noise, Juan Bon, The God Awful Truth, Thin, Bone Cutter, Pupil Slicer, The Arson Choir, Femur, The Motion Mosaic, Black Matter Device, Agent Mulder, Dying Whale, and Steak Sauce Mustache, and so many more. Shout out to Mathcore Index. Follow those guys if you love incredible, progressive, obtuse, difficult music for people with very few friends, not so great social skills, but complex brains that appreciate heavy music.
And now for a look at some of the music on New Music Friday. Archangel AD, Casus Belli, self-released. Capstan, separate, Fearless Records. Cavern Deep, self-titled. Interstellar Smoke. Craven Idol, Forked Tongues, Dark Descent. Dream Theater, Lost Not Forgotten Archives, a dramatic tour of events, select board mixes. Inside Out Music, Epoch of Chirality, Nucleosynthesis, self-released. Eradicator, Influence Denied, Metalville Records. Erdve, Sevigalia, Season of Mist. Fulci, Exhumed Information, Time to Kill Records. Godslave, Positive Aggressive, Metalville Records. Heavy Water, Red Brick City, Silver Lining Records. Liaren, Radio On, Metalville Records. Like Hayan, Opprobrium, Repose Records. Mama Doom, Ash Bone Skin and Stone, Majestic Mountain. Mordred, The Dark Parade, M Theory Recordings. Necro God, In Extremis, Transcending Obscurity. Pistols at Dawn, Nocturnal Youth EP, self-released. Scald, Will of the Gods' Great Power re-release, High Roller Records. Sleepwalker, Alias, UNFD Records. Waxworm, Mea Culpa, Trepnation Records. Yngwie Malmsteen, Parabellum, Music Theories and Mascot.
And now for a look in our mailbag.
I got a package, a lot better than looking at my face. Who's it from? Bindrune Recordings, one of the coolest record labels there is. I know what this is. This is my Panopticon order. So psyched for my Panopticon stuff. Let's look at it. My producer's gonna be mad at me. He always wants me to have the box cut open already, but I don't. Oh my god! Sorry, Omar. I'm cutting it open like an asshole right now on camera. It's like watching a guitar player tune up at a show. Nobody likes that shit. It's an awesome Panopticon long sleeve, which I'm totally gonna need in California. This sick Panopticon patch that's gonna go on my vest somewhere. And the brand new Panopticon album. And again, Into the Light. So good, one of my favorite albums of 2021. Thanks, Bindrune Records. You guys rule. You made it to this part of the show, so you know what time it is. It's the end. GhostCultMag.com is a small business, so thank you so much for the support. Please smash that like and subscribe button, drop us a comment, share with your friends, and generally help us out. As we say every week at this juncture of the show, it's a tough time in the world, so please take care of yourselves, take care of each other, and remember, nobody beats the biz.